Hello and welcome to today's Facecast. Today we've got a very interesting passage which has been used and abused and misused a number of times in the past. It links to something we were saying earlier, about 3 or 4 days ago, I think it was, from the same passage. It's the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus is talking to his disciples and outlining to them the ways in which they might live their lives. And we said that who of you is worrying can add a single hour to his life? Remember that one? Well, this comes just before it in the same chapter. Not just before, a good few verses before. It's Matthew chapter 6, verses 19 and 20. A famous passage. Let's look at it. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. So it's saying, what is it saying? It's saying that the things that we store up, we treasure, we think are wonderful in this life are passing, they are transitory, they are only for this life. But the things we store in heaven, that is our spiritual well-being, is endless and timeless, and that can't be taken from us. Now, it's been used to say, therefore, we should all be as poor as church mouse and mice and not attempt to achieve anything or do anything in life. We should walk around with our chins on our chest, feeling thoroughly miserable. It's not saying that. It's not saying that money and the accumulation of things is not a good thing. It's saying it's not the best thing. Those things are not your treasure. They are just part and parcel of what happens in this life. It's also saying that the things we should really value and look for and look after and treasure are not those material things. It's the spiritual well-being of ourselves, our relationship with our Father in heaven through Jesus the Son in the power of the Holy Spirit. It's our relationships, therefore, with those around us, our family and our loved ones and all those with whom we come into contact. That's what our treasure is, all of those things, our spiritual well-being. And from that flows the rest of our lives. Do you see that? Does that make sense? When it says, if I can find it again, 19 and 20. Do not store up for yourself treasures on earth. So a huge bank balance, huge wealth in this world, in this life, it only lasts the lifetime we're here. What use is that in eternity? Where moth and rust destroy, well, those things are able to be used and abused by the world in which we live. And where thieves break in and steal it. So you're always having to defend yourself against others trying to take from you this useless stuff that isn't worth a lot in the first place. Store up for yourselves instead treasures in heaven. Treasures in heaven. Building up an account in our bank balance in heaven by being good, honourable, decent, kind, caring people. Store up treasures for yourself in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, they can't be touched by earthly things, and where thieves do not break in and steal. It can't be stolen from you, your spiritual well-being, your relationship with Jesus, your love for and love from God the Father. Those things can't be taken from you. They're all here in your heart and mind. Store these things up and you will find not only have you got a great bank balance in heaven, but actually here on earth, those things will be of value to you and increase the value of your life. And you will see the true perspective, the heavenly perspective on life, that it's all about our relationship with God and not about what we can accumulate. Take care. See you soon. Bye for now.